It's John Beaudin today in rock and roll history for August 2nd. Remember, if you want to support our channel, there are links in the description. We're trying to raise money to build a new computer right now because our last one, the one that we're using right now, is starting to go. It's starting to slow down majorly big time. Anyway, there's a PayPal link. You can buy a t-shirt, or else you can, of course, join our Patreon, where there's a lot of extra stuff on there. Exclusive interviews. On this day in history, Ted Turner of Wishbone Ash was born. In 1951, a gentleman we lost in 2011 at the age of 60, Andrew Gold, who used to work with Linda Ronstadt. And of course, as a solo artist, thank you for being a friend, and Lonely Boy, Andrew Gold, singer-songwriter, was born. In 1955, Brian Butch Vig, record producer for Nirvana, Nevermind, Smashing Pumpkins, and Foo Fighters, was born. Also born today, Neil Morris, musician for Spock's Beard, Transatlantic. I had a chance to interview him. He was born in 1960, the year I was born. In 61, Pete DeFreitas, I think that's how you say the name, English rock drummer for Echo and the Bunnymen, was born. He died in 1989. He was only 27 years old. And singer Zelma Davis from C&C Music Factory, remember Things That Make You Go, was born in 1970. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday is August 2nd, put this on their timeline. I think they'd appreciate it. Lots of musicians we lost on this day in history. 1972, Brian Cole, American rock vocalist, bassist for The Association, remember Windy Cherish, died of a drug overdose at 29 years old. 1983, James Jamerson, session bass guitarist for Motown, the Funk Brothers. He died at the age of 47 of alcohol-related complications. In 2000, Jerry Smith of KC and the Sunshine Band, remember Get Down Tonight, died in a bulldozer accident. Singer Ron Townsend of the Fifth Dimension, Up, Up and Away, remember, died of kidney failure at the age of 68. In 2012, Jimmy Jones, American singer for Handyman, died at the age of 75 years old. In 2014, Rosetta Hightower, singer in the Orleans, known for the song Don't Hang Up, passed away at the age of 70. And Steve Holland of Molly Hatchet, founding member and last surviving member of the original crew, died at the age of 66. Songs and albums on this day in history on August 2nd. In 68, The Doors went to #1 for 2 weeks with the single Hello, I Love You. 2 years later, in 1970, Elvis was #1 on the UK charts with The Wonder of You. That was his 16th #1. Ray Peterson recorded the original version of that song. In 75, the Eagles went to #1 on the US charts with One of These Nights, a title song to that album. 3 years later, in 1978, Boston released their second album, Don't Look Back. I know a lot of people didn't like it, or they thought it was a watered-down version of the original. I like it these days just as much as the first one. Olivia Newton-John in 1980 went to #1 on the US charts with Magic from Xanadu, the soundtrack. 1986, Peter Cetera had a 2-week run at #1 with The Glory of Love from Karate Kid 2. And a signature song in 1986 for Chris de Burgh went to #1 for 3 weeks with The Lady in Red. It was his first #1 after 24 releases. In 1961, the Beatles. They had their first gig at a house band at Liverpool's Cavern Club. In 62, Aretha Franklin had her television debut with Don't Cry Baby and Try a Little Tenderness on American Bandstand. In 1969, Bob Dylan surprised everyone for his 10th high school reunion in Hibbing, Minnesota. 71, Creedence Clearwater Revival, who, by the way, were only a threesome at that point, had their last tour with a gig at Tulsa, Oklahoma. In 1991, Rick James was arrested for sexual torture charges. Man. And in 2019, Ed Sheeran. His Divided Tour was the highest grossing tour of all time, beating out U2 after 893 days on the road. And that's today in history. If it's your birthday today, August 2nd, happy birthday to you. If you know someone whose birthday it is, put this video on their timeline. They'll appreciate that. Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. And remember to support the channel. If you want to make a PayPal donation, we're trying to build a new computer right now. There's links in the description to the very top, or else join our Patreon. This is John Beaudin. Make a comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos everywhere. We'd appreciate that. This is Rock History Book. Take care.